I think one of the reasons is that there's been a lot of issues about the economy. As the Lieutenant Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya said, there is corruption. The population feels that it has been let down, despite Guinea being very rich in bauxite, in iron ore, aluminium. So the population feels, especially the civil service, which has had issues with their salaries. They see this as an opportunity for a change. Now, mind you, that in every instance where you have a president that is overthrown, you would always see a huge majority of people celebrating. Now, if the case were to turn over, you would still see the same. It's just normal that when change happens, people are happy. But in the case of Guinea, I think the population sees this as perhaps an opportunity to have, somebody new, and maybe somebody that could bring can change things for the better. But it's not yet clear if that indeed would happen.
Yeah, I mean, if we
issue that was being faced by the Malian government, the Malian military junta under the Colonel Assimi Goïta, when he took over, he said the same thing, that he would hand over to a civilian interim government in preparation for re-elections. But what that turned out to be was, him coming back again with his men, taking over power. Now, in terms of whether, someone like Lieutenant Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya will be able to rule the government is another thing. I mean, if you organize a coup, it's one thing to succeed, but it's also one thing to rule. The military they are not trained, to govern. They are trained to protect the territorial integrity of the country. So it will be interesting. I mean, look at what happened. There are various kinds of coups, I would say. When you invade a country and then occupy it, like, NATO forces did in the case of Libya, you would finally realize that different power politics comes in. We've seen the case of Afghanistan. Again, neighboring Mali is a very good example. So it's very challenging.
feeling and